Hey and welcome back. This is episode number 11 of this tutorial series on Raspberry Pi for complete beginners. You can find the series playlist link in the description. And let's get started. In this tutorial, we are going to come back to the circuit we have built in a previous episode of this series. So far, we have one LED and one push button connected to the Raspberry Pi. We are going to add two more LEDs so that we can then create more complex and fun applications. So here I'm back to this software and I have a green LED and a blue LED. It doesn't really matter. You can choose any color you want. Okay, I'm just using 3 different colors, but just pick the whatever LED that it's available for you. And on top of that, I also have 1 kilo ohm resistor. So I have one for each LED. And the circuit is basically going to be the same for the 3 LEDs. So let's start, for example, with this blue LED. I'm going to put it here, somewhere here, and I will connect the shorter leg to the ground. Okay, so maybe I just put it here so it looks nicer, and I connect to the ground, and this wire I'm gonna set it to black. Okay, I'm gonna also place that one right now, just right here for example, and connect the ground with the shorter leg. And we don't need to add anything else because the ground, you can see, is already connected to the Raspberry Pi. So this line is already fully connected to the ground. Then I will add my resistor on the longer leg of the LED here and also on that one. And now which GPIO are we going to use? Well, I have created this setup so that it's going to be quite easy for you. You see we are using the GPIO number 17 here, but then we have the GPIO number 27 and 22. So we're going to connect this blue LED here. So after the resistor, we take this side of the resistor and we connect it to this GPIO number 27. I'm going to use, for example, I'm going to use the green cable because that's what I'm going to use for my real circuit. Okay. And then I'm going to connect that side of the resistor here to this GPIO here number 22. And I have a white wire here, okay, to match the one that I'm using for my circuit. And for example, just like that. One thing to pay attention to here is that this pin here is actually a 3.3 volt pin. So this is a power pin, which means pay attention to that. Don't don't connect the LED to that 3.3 volt pin directly. So make sure that you use this GPIO 27 and 22. It's quite easy to find if you have correctly placed the ground here. It's just the first, second, and third pin on the right for the 3 LEDs. All right, and the circuit is complete. And back to the real circuit. So I have shut down my Raspberry Pi, of course. I have taken out the power cable. If needed, you remove the SD card if you don't have a case. Okay, and I'm gonna start with so I have my 2 LEDs here, green and blue. I'm gonna put, so pay attention here, you see we have a shorter leg. So the shorter leg is gonna go to the ground, so I can do the same thing I did for the red LEDs. For example, I connect here, shorter leg to the ground, and the longer one to another column. I do the same thing for the green LED. So shorter leg here goes to the ground, and then the other one goes to another column. I take now my 2 resistors. Okay, so the 1 kilo ohm resistors, one goes here on that side of the LED to another, I'm gonna choose here, for example, whatever. So to another column, and I do the same for that one. Here, make sure it's on the same column as the longer leg of the LED, and the other one can be right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take so I have a green cable here that is a male to female. Okay, that I'm gonna plug between that leg of the resistor here to the pin that's directly on the right of the first LED. So I can't really make any mistake here if it's correctly placed already. And then I take my last wire, which is, you see, another male to female, that I plug between that LED, and between that pin right here on the right. So now you can see I have my ground, and then I have the yellow, the green, and the white cables. Okay, and the circuit is complete. So you see, after you know how to put one LED, if you need to put more LEDs, it's really simple. And now you can power on the Raspberry Pi again and connect to the desktop and Thony to write more Python code. Alright, that's the end of this episode. If you found it useful, you will definitely like my full complete course on Raspberry Pi named Raspberry Pi for Beginners. This course contains 10 hours of hands-on video lessons. You can find the link in the description. Thank you for watching. See you in the course or in the next tutorial of the series.